Space Movements, February 24th, 2017. I brought you warnings and watches for tomorrow, and we're starting to get in the Central Galactic Plane and what's going on around the world. Tomorrow we got 2016 WF9. That's either asteroid or comet that's coming near the Earth. And we showed how NASA changed its name to 2017 DR34, and that comes 0.6 lunar distance away from Earth. That is half the distance almost from Earth to the moon. And we don't know if it's an asteroid or a comet, so we put warnings and watches out because the gravitational pull could do different things to this asteroid comet. So I want everyone out there to be aware. Now, we're going to get into what's really going on in the world. I'm going to do one more video on the proof that NASA knows something is coming in September and in October 2017 and for future events in 2018, 2019, and 2020. After June 2020, as the sun heads back behind the sun and blocks away from the Central Galactic Plane and the sun, we're still going to see a lot of chaos, but it's going to be less. The last week of January, either January 28th, January 29th, our Earth done enter the veer of the Central Galactic Plane. And that's on our side of the sun and the Central Galactic Plane that holds our universe together. Now this happens a couple millenniums, and the Mayans knew this, so they predicted about 12/21/2012. Now news and all these movies that talk about that day, and people thought that was the end of the world, those are the stupid idiots, all right? And the reason they're stupid was that's the beginning of lining up with the Central Galactic Plane. And everything that you've seen in that movie is going to occur, but not all in one day. That's bonkers, all right? But the Mayans knew. We still use the Mayan system today. They knew 99.9% of what's going to happen in the universe. That's crazy. And our scientists can't even get 60% of that right. So we follow the methods of the Mayans. We're predicting asteroids, Earth, planets, all that. Now on December 21st, 2012, before we started seeing a lot of stuff. When governments warn people, they don't warn people because they don't want people to panic. But yet they give government grants to make movies like Twister, Tornadoes, The Day After Tomorrow, all that. So when it occurs, you are prepared for it. All right, now before that, in the 90s, they put out a lot of war movies, all that stuff. It's called programming for a reason. They program you, so when the stuff occurs, it ain't big. All of a sudden, in 2011, a year and some months before 12/21/2012, we had one of the biggest earthquakes with a killer tsunami that caused Fukushima. Now, we're going to get into Fukushima later because it's still occurring today. And Fukushima, on March 11, 2017, we're going to start having nuclear fallout from that because they never put it out. It's up in our atmosphere. And we got CS-137 that's going to come back to Earth. So radiation levels are going to spike up. Now back to the Central Galactic Plane. So the last week of January 28th, 29th, our Earth is coming on the other side of the sun between the Central Galactic Plane and our sun. So starting now, we are going to see the most extreme weather till June 2020. Just like the past 5 years, we're on the other side of the sun. The next 4 or 5 years, we're going to be on the side of the Central Galactic Plane and our sun. We're going to actually see Class X solar flares that will amaze your mind. That it's going to wipe out telecommunication and all that. And Obama, even though he's a puppet, and all these other puppet presidents were doing stuff for the leak's preparing for this. They also know that there's a Planet 9, NASA said, Planet X, that they know, okay? And the reason they know that it's coming is because it's going to get sucked up from the Central Galactic Plane. It's all the way up there. Last time that happened, we had a planet between Mars and Jupiter. Now it's called the asteroid belt. The asteroid belt, all those asteroids at one time was one planet. Got hit by something major, became the asteroid belt. So let's get started. And this is Metro. Now this is the difference between my news organization, the No Face Movement, and the rest of the world. This is how we get our information. It's deeper. We go farther than any other news organization. It's just conspiracy if you talk about it. It's not conspiracy when you could prove the facts. So this is metro.com.uk. Earth will be destroyed in October 2017. The rich are already building bunkers. Alright? So these two articles, they're talking about Earth will be destroyed in October 2017. Another article right here. The shock claim. Alright? You make fun because they say it's conspiracy theories, but we're going to prove the facts. We're going to try to debunk this. And we're going to show you the facts of what's really going on. And this is the first. Shock claim, elite preparing for Nibiru apocalypse next year, but the rest of us are doomed. Alright, so they're talking about crockpot conspiracy theories like me, but I ain't a crockpot because I don't do conspiracy, I do facts. So we're going to debunk this right now. So they say September, October 2017. This is video part 1. Earth will be destroyed by planet Nibiru, where it's coming near us, and we're going to see a lot of asteroids and stuff like that. I just explained what's going on with the Central Galactic Plane. It's also bringing in asteroids and all that stuff, including bringing Planet 9 that NASA talk about right through our universe. Nibiru, all that. Alright. Now, one person in this article, he's an entrepreneur, Robert Vincent, and he's a billionaire. He makes bunkers. I did another video a few weeks ago. Go check that out. Alright, how the rich is building bunkers that prepared in Germany. Alright, so he's saying that Russia's doing major drills and all that. So let's debunk this and see if we can find news, real news sources, or false media. Mainstream media is false media. Alright, it's propaganda. And I believe that to the fullest. Alright, but yet people believe in it. Some stuff that they do report is true. So this is CNBC. Make it. The super rich are preparing for the end of the world. The Dow has hit 20,000 for the first time ever, but rather than celebrating, some of the richest of riches are building bunkers to prepare for a potential apocalypse. These preppers are making other investment too. They're buying houses in New Zealand, which has become a popular spot in case of calamity. Billionaire Peter Thief just secured property. So in this article, you could go back, all the billionaires, all these world elites, you could just Google and watch my other video, are buying underground bunkers because they're preparing for something. They're preparing for war either with Russia, one reason, not just Russia, China, World War III that they're going to create, or so they could have a different kind of establishment. They're preparing for the fallout of Fukushima that does start on March 11th, 2017. Between 5 to 6 years, CS-137 from all the way up in the atmosphere start coming down, so everything gets radioactive because it's still going on. Planet Nibiru, Planet 9, asteroid, the Central Galactic Plane, the craziest weather that we have seen is starting to come since we lined up with the Central Galactic Plane. Look at the floods in California. California's about to have a major earthquake by the 11th of March. A lot of stuff's going on, folks. So, we debunked this. So, the rich are buying bunkers. And check out my other video. The rich are buying bunkers. And the biggest bunkers in Germany. It used to be an old army base. Alright. And billionaires, and they talk about there ain't enough bunkers. Alright, so they say that Russia did a drill in the fall time of 2016 to prepare their citizens, 40 million people. Now, I understand that they would prepare their citizens for war in major cities, but out in the middle of nowhere, no. But they prepared the whole country. And it wasn't just Russia, it was all the European countries. It wasn't just the European countries, it was also China. It wasn't just China, it was a lot of countries that were doing massive drills for their people in case of a nuclear fallout. But definitely, they're getting them prepared for something major that is coming. And just Google it, you're going to see it. Russia is indeed holding a large-scale 3-day disaster drill involving 40 million people starting on October the 4th, 2016. And the day that they prepare us. So, from October, like I said, between September and October, during a certain time of weather, kind of climate, something's major is going to happen right in 2017. So they're holding a drill during that certain time climate. So they're getting their people prepared. And what's crazy is when you go to, if you check out our solar system right now, we're in a storm, a magnetic storm. All right, and we're in a geomatic storm right now. Check this out. Links are gonna be at the bottom. And when you look at the sun, you can see different comets and different planets behind it. Okay, folks. Like I said, our sun pulls our solar system. The way you've been taught in school was a lie. Okay? When you look at the Earth surrounding the sun in a two-dimensional atmosphere, that ain't true. The sun is in front of all our planets. After the sun, you got its gravity that's pulling Mercury, and as farther out you go, the less gravity it has. It goes up and down on the central galactic wave. But when you line up with it perfectly every few thousand years, and you got another, because we go around the sun two different ways, and now we're at the central galactic plane, we're going to see a lot more stuff. We're going to see the planets getting pulled towards us, asteroids getting pulled towards us. The biggest solar storms our Earth has ever seen for thousands of years. This is how, if there was dinosaurs, I don't believe, but this is how it would have happened. It's us lining up with the central galactic plane on the other side. You've never seen weather like this. It ain't just asteroids and the central galactic plane. It's also Fukushima. Alright, folks, I want everyone out there to be prepared. The next step, the next video, we are going to explain what's happening. They're ready about to put martial law down, FEMA camps for immigrants. Alright? Countries are preparing for something major. The super rich are buying bunkers that they ain't got enough money for. Okay? They're holding drills for whole countries for emergency national. And it's not just for nuclear war, it's for something else, for a major disaster that affects a whole country. Look at the weather. Like I said, January 28th, 29th, our Earth and Sun for the next 4 or 5 years is on the side of the central galactic plane. Started on December 21st, 2012. They made sure to warn people what it's going to look like, but it ain't going to happen all in one day. It takes years, because we're years in it. All right, I want everyone out there, be prepared, subscribe, stay up to date. We got a lot of news to cover. This is the No Face movement, moving the movement, facing off. The #1 news organization. We're back. This is the movement. Deuces.